Hello, hello. It's Tuesday. It's 7ish. That's the time that I play games. And we're back to Aeon's End for some more New Age previews. May I direct your attention to the poll in the chat, which you have about 2 minutes left to choose. Make your choice. You may choose between Doggo and Spider. What does it mean? We'll find out. I am John, aka Migrant P. I am the lead developer at Handelabra, and with the wonderful team of Handelabrats, we have been making Aeon's End the New Age, and we're also working on more Spirit Island stuff. You never know what's coming down the pipe. I would like, of course, to say that Handelabra Games believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible. That includes Black Lives Matter and trans rights. Anyone working against these goals is not welcome and will not be tolerated, so be excellent to one another. And yeah, we make digital tabletop games, and I'm happy to play some tonight. We're going to play some stuff that's not even in beta testing yet, but it will be very soon. Yes, and feel free to spam me points, even bits if you want. Also, thanks Licky00 for resubscribing. I saw that on the activity feed. This poll is ticking down. I will click New Game, and we will choose between Spider and Doggo shortly. I mean, there's definitely a bit of a spider in the Doggo, and there's a bit of a Doggo in the spider, but that's how it goes. And we'll see what the poll results are in 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. The result is Doggos at 82%. So, there you go. Take Walker, bringing it home. Couple of votes for Spiders, but Doggos, perhaps unsurprisingly, have taken it. So that means we are going to play Fenrix. Fenrix is a difficulty 7 nemesis from the New Age. It is, spoiler warning, the final nemesis of the campaign. Tune in to 3 minutes and 40 seconds to skip the spoiler alert. Just some letters page humor for you there. Arachnos is also fun, but Fenrix is Funrix. Let's look at the setup for Fenrix. Each player gains a position token. What's that? The claw cards are placed face down to form the claw deck. If you're playing with 1, 2, or 3 players, the nemesis gains nemesis tokens based on that. Arachnos is here, see? Little spider. I mean, kind of looks like a spider too. And Fenrix has these claw minions that are bad, and unleashing gets tokens that, similar to Rageborn, if Fenrix has 4 or more nemesis tokens at the end of the nemesis turn, something happens. A claw is placed into play and Fenrix loses 2 tokens, and you repeat until Fenrix has less than 4, so that can be bad if he has a lot of unleashing happening. When a claw is discarded from play, it goes back to the claw deck. Position tokens, which we are going to talk about in a second, are returned. So position tokens basically are, and that's kind of a little bit of a similarity to Wayward One to some extent, is you can only damage a claw if prevent all damage dealt to claws by players without a position token on that claw. So you have to have a position token on the claw in order to damage the claw. And you can only move your position token when a claw enters play or during your main phase, which you might note is after your casting phase. When the claw deck is empty, the players lose, so you can't just let the claws run wild. They also do a lot of damage. So someone on Reddit was interested in some Fenrix tips. I don't know if I'm going to be providing useful tips because I will not have treasures or upgraded nemesis cards in that game, like you're playing in your expedition. But we'll do what we can. And I think we have shown all the mages now. So actually, what I want to do is start going for some thematic team ups. So we're gonna go with mother-daughter team up here. Kadir and Claudia. And I'm going to pick a random market and then customize it. So it's not bad. Resonant Pearl and Diamond Cluster. The Unrefined Blaststone, I don't know if we played with this yet. It's fun. You gain 3 ether or destroy a card in the supply pile if you do deal 3 damage. So it is a gem that lets you attack. We've got Staff of Wonder. So in terms of healing, Kadir has her innate card that heals, but it's pretty slow, like 1 life around. It's not enough to keep up with the damage output of Fenrix in my limited experience, but we'll see what we can do. I kind of want to pull some of my... You know what? Let's pull Galvanized Bauble. That's from New Age. We could play with just New Age cards here as a note to that Redditor. So instead of Diamond Cluster, let's grab Exogranite or maybe Recurring Jasper. Blaststone will let you change position and attack in the same turn, as will Galvanized Bauble. Caged Fire is a heal card, and also Destruction. I think we'll go for that. And spells. I like Imbued Smash a lot because it lets you damage the Nemesis as well. You get to deal 4 damage and discard a card in hand to deal 2 to the Nemesis, and that is from the New Age. Devouring Shadow. I don't think we've actually had this one yet. This is from the New Age as well. Is it? I think so. Or is this from... Is this from an earlier set? I can't remember. Devouring Shadow. Maybe it is. I'm not remembering where things are from now. Let's pick Devouring Shadow. There are many things. Let's pick a cheaper spell. Honestly, Combustion is very good. Bouncing Boom is from New Age, and we could go... Let's go. Bouncing Boom is also 6. It's very expensive. Let's go Fatal Harmony. That's actually a nice spell to have multiples of. Yeah, Devouring Shadow, now that I think of it, is from Alistar's set. So let's pick a different one. Let's pick... I don't know if there's a focusing spell in the New Age, is there? Let's go with our Tethered Darts. And let's replace Lava Bolt with something from the New Age, like Pattern Strike. That could get our heal card back. 1 big expensive card. I don't know if this is an optimized market, but it has a little bit of destruction, has a little bit of, and more destruction here actually, and a little bit of focusing, some spells at various prices and gems at various prices. And there's a new option in this build for what basic Nemesis card set you're going to choose. There's the default, which is pick the set that goes with the Nemesis you're fighting, but you could also get a balanced mix of cards, a fully random mix of cards if you feel spicy, or say specifically I want to play with the Wave 1 or the Wave 4 right now, and maybe in the future waves. So that's a new thing. Let's go with the default. We'll play with the cards that Fenrix comes with, and see what happens. So as the setup said, Fenrix is going to start with 2 tokens. And this is our button that we use to place a position token, but right now there's no clause. We can look at what the clause are. They're all the same. They have the prevent all damage, which it's also on the card here, but it's on there too. Immediately, any player may place a position token on the minion, and persistent is any player with a position token suffers 2 damage or Gravehold suffers 2 damage. Takewalker says, how do the mini expansions add to that? Each mini expansion is part of its wave. So most mini expansions don't come with a ton of basic cards anyways. but those that do go with the wave, they just add to them. Yeah. Maybe for the second game, we'll play the mixed, and I'll talk about how that works. So we played Claudia and Kadir, of course, before. But in case anyone is new to Claudia, her card lets her gain an ether or trade an ally's charge into 2 charges for her. And her ability is very good. Helps you get copies of cards from the supply pile or just pay forward a lot of ether. So with 5 ether, we're going to have a spark next turn. We actually want to start with 1 spark total. It's like, I want more. I kind of feel like just buying a big old spell this turn, because we can always open a breach and pop a spark into it next turn. Pop a spark. That's alright. It's not really super important what comes in what expansion when you're playing. It's just when I'm demoing here that's a thing. Fatal Harmony is fun. I'm going to go with Imbued Smash, though. Well, Fatal Harmony helps us basically one-shot a claw if we start getting it. So, because the claws have 5 health, and so 4 plus 3 is 7, and that's handy. So let's grab one of those. We got Parked Sparks, and we got Papa Sparks. All right, Crazed Whelps. Power from Fenrix comes out. This says, Power 3, place 2 claws into play, set the life of the minions to 2 instead of 5, and do not resolve their persistent effects this turn. So it's some puppies. Puppies! I also forgot to do the prediction. Do you want a prediction? Who will be the goodest? Here's my prediction. Place your bets. All right. It is Kadir. Classic Kadir opening. We can grab Recurring Jasper. Recurring Jasper is nice because you can recur it. I'm not sure how I'm going to resolve this prediction at the end. But we'll see. I'll just look at which side Sparky will bet on, and then I'll know. I'll know what it means. All puppers are the goodest puppers. All right, we're gonna pop this into Papa Breach. And you can, of course, hear some new music from Jean-Marc. Doggo music. All right, the Blind Enigma. This is a card from the New Age basic set that starts out being pretty innocuous, 1 damage to any player, but then if you leave it alone, you start taking 3 damage. So, not so great. Let's damage it. And I think we just park this spark and be ready. We haven't seen any claws yet, but we're at least getting Crazed Whelps soon. And just 1 damage. Fenrix attack, dodge. So he unleashes, and then we can either... well, we can't do the first part because we don't have a position token on a minion, so it automatically is doing the second part for us. Any player suffers 2 damage and discards a card in hand. I kind of want... She's got 6 ether here, which could be very handy to buy something. And 3 ether over here is fine for a gem of some form. And now with Recurring Jasper, we can look at our deck and say, yeah, I think having that on top versus An extra spark would be nice. And we could have 5 and a hit point or 6. And I guess there's no real need for 6 unless we wanted the blast stone. I think we want a Fatal Harmony, get that game going. So let's gain life and fatalize the harmonies. If Sparky Wolf wins, good boy. If you lose, bad dog. All right. And this gets +1 on both, so it's actually 5 and 4. It's very good. I guess I didn't have to hit that guy because I'm going to have enough damage to wipe him out here. Yeah, hang on. Let's go back. Spark the Nemesis here because I'm going to have 5 damage on this. So, and let's buy some more economy here for Claudia, maybe at least 1, and then we'll maybe look at other things. All right, so this is the Crazed Whelps. That's actually 2. It probably should happen sooner. Something. Don't know if I can make a note of that. Crazed Whelps. Not really a bug. It's like feature. I think it's more clear to know what's going on when you see the hit points. Bug or feature? Who knows? All right. So you get to choose who wants their position token. It doesn't super matter here, but I usually like to put someone's because if there's no position token on the claw, Gravehold has to suffer the damage. You don't get a choice. So there are some cards that are slight detriments to this, but usually you want to at least get your position tokens on there. And we have a little bit of damage. And we'll show you the tokens here in a second. To discard, spend 6 ether. Well, I don't have that anymore. So you can see there's little tokens on the card here. And on my main phase, I can move the position token where I like multiple times. You can also like right-click to see it a little bigger if you want. But it's set up so that it's like Kadir's always going to be in that spot. So you can always sort of look in that spot on the card. And there's enough space for 4. That's the idea. So that's what's going on there. So we're not recurring our Jasper. We have 5 ether. And it would be nice to get a damage boost, but we're not going to get that. So let's get this Fatal Harmony game going. I'm kind of interested in that. We did do that on our New Age Expedition tabletop. We got Fatal Harmony going, and it was pretty good with a 4-player game. So there was a lot of it happening. And here we're actually going to be able to do it. So, yeah, perfect. So we can deal 4 damage, which is 5. Finish off this thing. And Kadir can discard her Fatal Harmony. Thanks, Mom. She draws a card, and we can either click the Nemesis or the claw. Let's finish off that claw. We couldn't attack the other claw because our position token wasn't there. But we can put it there now, just in case. And next turn, we have a decent buying turn. Still not 6, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, could be 6 if Kadir had a Resonant Pearl, but she doesn't. And yeah, we're gonna buy Fatal Harmony. As long as we have a cheap breach we can focus, so we're kind of ignoring charge abilities right now. We don't have any spells that add charges, but the charge abilities are pretty good. This is hitting Grateful for 4. This is tough. So the damage that comes out of these is quite a lot. It's 2 damage to players, or 2 to Gravehold. I'm gonna go to Gravehold immediately because Fenrix also has some cards that do a lot of player damage, like this, for example. Power 2: if there are no claws in play, unleash twice. Otherwise, unleash. Any player suffers 3 damage and places their position token on a claw. So, like, it punishes you to some extent for getting rid of the claws. But I think it's better because unleash twice is adding 2 tokens, which is basically 1 claw. And 3 player damage is a lot. All right. Prep that. I guess we just play all these. That's 5 again. Actually, Fatal Harmony. Fatal Harmony? We bought all the Fatal Harmonies. We each have... There's how many spells in a pile? 5? So Claudia has 3 and Kadir has 2. You know what? Let's do it. Maybe that's the ticket. Maybe I can go back to that Redditor and be like, that was the trick. Fatal Harmony. Either get smacked soon or smacked harder later, yeah. Well, right now there's no claws, but that might not be the case because 1 unleash away from... Actually, this power is going to go first. We're just going to unleash, but the claw gets added at the end of the turn, so maybe it doesn't factor into there, but... All right, we have to do this. Don't have to, but want to. Planar Collision, basic. Discard 2 prepped spells for this, which we could easily get rid of some sparks for this. I have no problem with that. So I'm just going to finish casting here. Discard sparks for it. That seems like an easy decision. And I could have 3 ether. Actually, it would be nice to get a recurring whatchamacallit, because Claudia has 1 too. Not a recurring, a resonant pearl. So let's buy one of those. We're good on life for right now. Ha ha ha, he says. And I will keep that spark parked. Well, if I cast the spark, I get the recurring Jasper. Let's see. Like, recurring Jasper is going to mean I can actually... I can afford to focus. If I have this, I can have that in a crystal. So I can still afford... It doesn't change my affordability of focusing for those 3 spells, so I think that's okay. So let's not put that back on top. I'll buy another Fatal Harmony. Oh, wait. I'll buy Galvanized Bauble. Focus a Breach. Any allies breach. So actually, that's focusing Claudia. And then Claudia can buy 1 to focus Kadir, maybe. Teamwork makes the dream work. Definitely not getting 6 ether anytime soon. Oh, there will be 6 ether here if I don't know if that's worth it. There's a chance that Claudia goes first. That's interesting. Actually, Claudia can discard Fatal Harmony and draw this, and that's 6 ether straight away without having to have Kadir hang on to Resonant Pearl. So let's do that. And I have to cast all my stuff. Resonate. Oh yeah, and actually if I didn't play this, I wouldn't have enough ether to prep one of these spells, and so that wouldn't work. Yeah, just wouldn't work. And we don't want to discard that, actually. We skip. Yeah, we actually have the option to do it, but Claudia would be drawing a crystal and then wouldn't have enough ether. Let's park the sparks and focus this. Perfect. Here's no sanity clause. All right, comes the power. So that was unleash, damage gravehold, unleash twice. So we're gonna have a couple claws coming into play here because of the Nemesis rule. So a lot is happening. We actually can't afford that, which is annoying. This is power 2 to discard, spend 7 ether. We're going to have 6. Power 2, unleash twice. The player with the fewest open breaches suffers 3 damage. Not the end of the world, 3 damage. And we're going to... Oh yeah, so actually, this is worse. So this 2 health is still there, but it's not... Previous, crazed, whelps are in the deck with 2 health and came into play. I think this might be fixed, but it's not showing up right immediately here. They should be at 5. I think this is gonna... I did report a problem with this, and I think it was fixed, but I haven't actually play tested it since the fix, so... We'll see, I guess. Kadir places a token. Oh no, they're super just staying with 2. So that's a problem. Alright, it's on slightly easy mode here because of that. And actually, because of how this works, they don't get reshuffled, right? So they're just going to come back with 2 health every time. I'm going to try to not cheat so much with that, right? That seems like a lot of cheating. Like, I could just spark that to death. I was sure that was fixed. But I guess it wasn't fixed enough. I'm just going to make a note on the card. It's just going to... And it's going to keep happening, right? Definitely easy mode. They did not change to 5 health after entering play either. Cool. So yeah, so let's not super take advantage of it. So I'll still use Fatal Harmony here to overkill it when I could spark it. And we'll just park these sparks actually. They don't need to go. So I'll put my position token on the other one. Yeah, I think what I would have done is Galvanize Bubble to kill that one as well. So let's do that. Because you don't want their persistent effects to be going off. I do not want to destroy it. And I could recur this Jasper, actually, in a way that I don't get 7 ether, I get 5. And saves me drawing a spark. That seems okay. And what, 5 ether or a health? Start picking up imbued smashes now. Seems good. Let's just get crazy spells. And yeah, that's power down Fenrix here. I guess we're discarding that for a spark, but you know what? That's fine. Get the damage in. We could steal a charge from Kadir here. Let's do that. Kadir lose a charge. We weren't gonna have 7 for this. It was gonna be 6. And yeah, maybe we buy one of the Yeah, those are all in a row. I kind of need to get a breach open. Maybe I just open this. I don't need to get it open right away. I have a whole turn, but then the following turn I have 3 spells in my hand. And next turn I only have 4 ether. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and open that in preparation. We cannot place position tokens on claws this turn. Unleash twice. The player with the most expensive spell places that spell on top of their deck. Well, prepped spell. It's a spark, so that's fine. Hello, Seamus. Oh, so now this claw has 5 health. So something... Now they're all at 5 health. So something happened earlier. So the bug is not quite fixed, but it's back to normal now, I guess. So I'm not exactly sure what happened there. We got to take slight advantage of that. I wouldn't say a huge advantage. We tried to not totally do that. What do I want now? Next turn, we do get to prep everything. With 4 ether, I could go for charges. Or I only have, like, 1 non-crystal or basic. Let's buy recurring jasper here as well. Just a funny edge case. So I should have remembered to put my position token on that minion, but I did not. So, gotta remember to do that. Like now. Unleash twice. And Kadir took damage. I think... Let's give this to Gravehold as well. Unleash twice. Any player suffers 1 damage and places the most expensive card in their hand on top of their deck. That's going to be Claudia here, unless we need a big ether turn. I mean, we might later, but it's kind of where that card goes anyways. Kadir can move her position token. And we can only have 1 position token, so it doesn't really matter. I could move this. Doesn't really matter exactly. Another Nemesis turn. I don't like that. Gravehold for this, and Claudia can take 2 damage here. This is when Fenric starts to turn things around on you. And also a Portal Guardian. Great. Alright, we have a lot of things to kill here. And Claudia's going to have a turn, so that's good. I guess I'll start working on... Where are my spells? I need more. Do I want... I actually don't want to put this on top because I want to get that imbued smash. And I'll pick up another one, I think. Unless I need to open a breach, but I think I can focus it. Yeah, I can focus it on that turn, so... That's all right. All right, it's time for Fatal Harmony time. So with a 5 here, I can one-shot it. And we do have a Fatal Harmony, actually, to do 3 damage, which could go to this guy, and we could kill him. I mean, I can kill him anyways with just both of these. The problem is with position token situation, I can't actually hit the other guy. So maybe I don't actually discard the Fatal Harmonies. I just cast these normally. Because as you can see, I can't target these other things. It would be only the Nemesis. And we have too many minions to try to clean up here. All right, 4 ether. Wow, a big old nothing turn. I mean, that's what happens. You get these cycles of card buying and spells. 2 charges? Yeah, put a position token. Don't forget that. I should make that like pulsate or whatever. I'll do that. I'll do that. Do I want... I think I might want to buy ether, but I also need damage. Pretty good situation for tethered darts, actually. Let's buy that. Because I have these 2 breaches open right now. And Kadir's will be open soon, and can do that. Alright, so this is kind of awkward. Well, I'm going to hit that guy, I guess. There's really no need for that, because I'm going to do 4 damage with that, aren't I? Right? Like, this may as well hit him. And here is a focus for that. And hopefully Kadir goes before the boss. Yay! Cool. So I think I want my Fatal Harmonies to be more in sync with Claudia, so let's do this first. And I can discard a card in hand. I can't attack this, but I can go here. I could discard to do more damage to the Nemesis. But I think I'm going to use heal and a charge, so let's not do that. And let's just keep that spark. Now we need to be healing. Always be healing. Maybe we do pick up one of those in a little bit. We get our position token on there. Focus and allies breach. Don't really have a spell. I guess I could cast Fatal Harmony, but it wouldn't be enough. But if Kadir gets to go again, that does kill. It does kill. Actually, you know what I do? I cast the spark and destroy it. That's what I do. And it's the same difference. So there. Clean up a spark. And we get some good spells next turn. We're just getting 6 ether, which is a full charge. Which means Kadir could buy something that costs 4. Not awesome. Well, no, it's 2 ether and that, so we could each get a copy of Imbued Smash or something like that. It's pretty good. We also are okay with focusing next turn. So maybe I want to buy Caged Fire for life purposes. Yeah, maybe Caged Fire, Tethered Darts, actually. Let's do that instead. Because we're getting into tier 2, and tier 3 is going to be a lot of damage. This is going to be to a mage because we don't have any Gravehold healing, so... And I think if someone's taking damage, it's Kadir, because she has more breaches. And a Hunting Claw. This is a special claw. It works exactly the same in terms of what it does. But it has more life, and it goes to the discard pile, not to the claw deck. So someone should put their position token on here. Kadir is set up to kill this one, so I'm going to put Claudia's on there. We should finish off this one, because Kadir wouldn't be able to actually kill that one. We could discard. Actually, discarding is nice, because then we don't have to worry about that and hit the Nemesis. Who's down to 31? Halfway almost. So we could recur the Jasper versus getting a Fatal Harmony, though. Seems less good. I could open that right now. I'm going to do that because I get the extra. I get, basically, it's +2 on there. Oh, and let's make sure to put our position token. All right, Fatal Harmony, Fatal Harmony. We do have Resonant Pearl, which would allow us to open this. And let Kadir draw another spell. And Kadir has enough room to prep. So yeah, I think that all works. Combos. I think we open. We could fully charge next turn if we don't, but I think I'd rather have that open. And this is 2 damage to either. Let's give this one to Gravehold. Discard 4 cards in hand. Power 1, unleash twice. Gravehold suffers 3. Sometimes you don't get a chance on these Power 1 cards. We did get a chance, so. All right. So we can't quite kill this guy. But discard 4 cards in hand. That's rough. But I don't want the effect, so we're going to do it. So I'm not discarding for this. There is a point to doing this because we could... Well, we're going to discard that. There is no point to casting this spark, I think, because basically we're prepping one of these, which is going to be plenty to kill that thing, and discarding everything else. Rough, you say? Ruff, ruff, ruff. Let's go with that. And here we go. This finishes off that minion. And actually, that would leave Kadir with a no spell turn, but I think we're doing enough damage that it's probably worth it. Do that, discard it, and then take the extra damage over here. And hit with that. Let's borrow Mom's charge. And we full charge or we buy something. Could buy another tethered dart and send it back over, maybe. One thing I like having this for is that the 5 ether option really makes it easy to discard some of these really bad power cards. So I'm going to charge up because it only can be used on Kadir's turn. So to get some of those bad powers, it's a good way to deal with that. And hey, look, we can have a spell for Kadir. Actually, we could destroy a spark if we cast the spark. Let's go back. Play this, destroy the top card of a discard pile. A spark. And I could also have recurred the Jasper. Which would actually give me a better ether turn, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's probably worthwhile. So before we destroy the spark, we use it with recurring Jasper to get that. Tricks. 4 ether. I mean, you can also buy a spell and then play recurring Jasper. That's another way to activate it. Tonight's drink is just some barrel-aged rum. Nothing too fancy. What am I doing? I guess I could buy another one of these just to heal with. Because we're getting to the point where it's him or us. So let's cast this. I may discard a card to do more damage. Sure. Leave that spark. Oh, interesting. Now we don't have a recurring Jesper. But we can cast... Interesting. We could cast the tethered darts and then put it back into her hand. I don't know that we need to recur the Jasper. We probably want to get... Yeah, we don't want to get in the way of our spells here anyway. It's kind of fun. We could cast our own tethered darts, or we could cast Claudia's tethered darts. We also have Claudia's ability. We could gain... I think using this for the healing makes sense here. Unless we really wanted Pattern Strike, I think we want Imbued Smash here. So if we use this, Kadir gains 2 Ether, and she copies the next card gain. So you saw a little Imbued Smash went over to Claudia as well. And yeah, we actually have to use that part of it. Let's cast... Why don't I cast our own tethered darts and give it to Claudia? I don't know if that makes sense. Let's just get rid of this spark. That's my new plan. The explosion. Yeah. Needlemaw going after Gravehold, but Fenrix is down to 8. We're still in tier 2. We're doing very well. But we might get a 4 Nemesis sequence here. 3 in a row, Nemesis. Wow, unleashing 3 times. And what else did that say? If they're 2 or less, unleash 3 times, otherwise resolve the persistent effect. Actually, this is way better to get the first. That'd be 3. If that went off, that would be 6 damage at least. So this guy doesn't really matter who's going here. Well, I guess I guessed wrong. Cool. I think we just go after Fenrix. We just need like another 2 mage turns. Right? Don't think we do that. Unless, actually, we work that is getting us 2. But the thing is, there's not going to be 2 more Nemesis turns. That's fine. We don't need to get rid of this. I guess there could be an attack that discards our spells or something like that. That would suck. 2 nerd mages fighting a big ice wolf thing. That's right. That's new age content. I guess, is she wearing her mom's goggles? I never really noticed that. That's interesting, isn't it? I don't know if they're exactly the same. They got the little, like... She's, like, upgraded them, at least. With her own bedazzling. Yeah, you know what? Should I... If I get rid of that, I end up with a spark in my hand, but just in case we can't, for some reason, manage. I don't have really anything I care to buy right now, so just getting rid of this, because it says also makes claws get 1 additional life and unleash twice. It's just not great. We don't like that. And here we are. So basically, if we get a mage turn, we win. Is the situation. And we win. So looks like the mama. We could actually probably even kill the Needlemon. But we can kill this claw just for fun and use the bonus damage to kill Fenrix. There you go. We have defeated Fenrix. Thanks in no small part to Fatal Harmony. Very good card. That helped us a ton. And yeah, just a good team. We didn't really use charge abilities and stuff too much, but a little bit. Not Kadir's. Look at this cute little fam. Love it. So, Fenrix was the goodest pupper. That's the outcome. Sorry, Sparky Wolf. Sparky Wolf? What? All right. Takewalker is the goodest pupper after all. Dun dun dun. So yeah, we can look in the card library at Fenrix too. And see some other cards that can come up that we didn't get to any tier 3 cards. I think this, yeah, we did get to tier 3. This card came up and we got the first effect, which was actually helpful. If this comes up and there's like 4 claws in play, you just get murdered. So it's not great. Okay, let's play another. We're not going to play Arachnos tonight, but maybe next week. So let's press random and get something that isn't Arachnos. Fenrix. Arachnos. Aegis Walker. Wow, it's just like, okay. We can do Aegis Walker again. And let's go random market and we'll look at that. And there's more family connections, right? Zana and Rhea? No. Brahma's mentioned here. Someone is related to Zana, right? Is it not Takrin, is it? Someone in there is going to tell me. Takrin? My mother's Zana. There you go. All right. There's probably other relationships that I have forgotten or I'm not aware of, so he talks about Kadir and her daughter Claudia as well. So, and Zana is good at healing Gravehold. Takrin is good at healing Gravehold and mages. So it is a healing game. We could go for a Super Turtle game, which is very bad idea against Aegis Walker, but maybe not actually, because if you have so much healing, like, you don't care about that. We bring Brahma too, just for the heals. Everybody's healing. And what do we got here? Leeching Agate, Beerswood Amber, and Sifter's Pearl. You know, let's go for this spell. Is there a market that has less? You can always pick what you want. Relics. I thought Master Magic has, I guess Master Magic has only 1 relic, but still 3 gems. Sometimes I just go with 2 gems. We go with 2 gems, 1 relic, and spells. I don't know. Maybe it's not the right. Maybe charge is what we want for this squad. Charges and healing. I don't think we ever played with Marble Galaxy yet, so let's pull that up. And let's get the breach. No, let's get Mage's Talisman. Yeah, charge time. Speaking of charges, we can get Leeching Agate and Clouded Sapphire for gems. Maybe we'll put a spell in there instead, but we'll see. I guess if we were going for spells, then we want Sifter's Pearl. I'm not going with the try to discard the curse this time. Let's go with spells. We haven't chosen, I think, Spirit Lift, which is a new age spell that has to do with charges. Maybe we did. I don't remember. We didn't really use it too effectively. I feel like we're going to want Amplify Vision, Ignite. Definitely Ignite. Maybe Amplify Vision. Let's see what else we want here. Just looking at the icons. We hadn't chosen Bouncing Boom, I think. It's not like super effective against Ageless Walk or anything, but it's an echo spell that just deals 2 damage. It's like not complicated, but it's nice. A simple trick, but exponential in its potential. And hey, Takran says the flavor text, and Rhea is on the picture. All right. 4, 6, and 8. Nice. We have a 2-cost relic. The Marble Galaxy. This focuses also. Okay. So then what? Maybe something like flashy, like Sage's Brand or Monstrous Inferno. We never actually got Pattern Strike last game. Let's take that and maybe we'll actually buy it. Nook. Is Nook somewhere? Or Tom Nook? Marvel Galaxy, no. Oh, this is Nook here, yeah. Marvel Galaxy, this is Marble Galaxy, like Men in Black ending scene. Any ally may discard a Marble Galaxy in hand and draw a card. Gain 1 charge or focus your closed breach with the lowest focus cost. If an ally discarded Marble Galaxy, resolve both. Nook is in the mini expansion. Cool. I have not played him. So yeah, so actually, let's go and use the Nemesis card option. Balanced Mix. So what this does is it looks at the cards in wave 1 and the cards in wave 4, and whatever waves, if we end up adding more waves. Basically, for each tier, what's the average number of minions in that tier? What's the average number of powers? What's the average number of attacks within that set? And then it finds like what's the best balance based on all the cards you have, and then it takes that many types of cards for each tier, and then uses that as the Nemesis deck, which then it builds the game from. So basically, you're not going to end up with like a whole bunch of minions. You're going to have the normal chance to get minions, the normal chance to get powers, if that makes sense. He's got like 0 breaches. All right. Well, that's different. I mean, him and Talix could have a fun time doing random stuff. All right. Complicated. It's not that complicated. It seems complicated, but it's not too bad. All right. We have the wild turn order. And that's another thing to mention is the new turn order rules from the New Age will be available as well. They're just not in there right now. So who is taking a turn? Everyone's sort of equivalent here. Why not Takran? It's been a while since he's been around. Is Brahma related to anyone? I wonder. The Elder. So we're probably buying a Searing Ruby, because I love it. Oh, right, betting. Sorry. All right. All bets. Get your bets in. Get your Handelabra points up for grabs now that you know the first couple turns. A bunch of cards got played. Temporal Leap, player power 3. The players collectively exile 2 cards in hand. And Planar Collision, which we saw earlier, discard 2 pro spells, unleash twice. So we should be able to get a couple sparks in for that. Of course, often with Zana I do this, because I don't like having spells sitting around in my hand. And with Brahma we do this, probably, yeah. Oh, and Takrikan actually could give a card draw, which is nice. Oh, the card draw is Curse of Aging, isn't it? That's not awesome. We're just going to finish casting. And I'm going to work on focusing the Gravehold Healing Breach because it is very good. Once this is open, it heals Gravehold whenever you cast. And then we're going to prep that and discard our spells. And we got the Curse of Aging. Everyone's going to get it. It's just life. Buried Light for Ether. And we could open that breach. We could also start. We were close to opening the last breach, which, let's get in there. Disorient. Unleash. Any player suffers 1 damage and discards a card in hand. And so unleashing with this Nemesis, any player exiles a card in hand or the top card of the discarded pile, which for them is curses. Could be a crystal over here. I think Zana can afford a crystal. She's going to start buying. She's going to buy a gem this turn. So, and any player suffers 1 damage and discards a card. I guess it's going to be Zana just suffering and discarding, not a gem, because a gem would be more damage to Gravehold. Let's buy a Sailing Ruby. Everyone's got one. Maybe everyone will buy a Marble Galaxy next. We have the wild turn. Nothing super important to do. Could buy some spells over here. Zana could get some spells prepped in case we have a minion come out. It's not going to be a lot, but it will be something. So maybe let's load up. One trick I found with Zana is you can open that breach and put a spell here, and then put this other spell, and then you can cast that one twice, basically. So you can get more damage economy that way. 7 ether for a spell, or 6 for other things. I mean, if we're going to buy Pattern Strike, is now the time. Seems okay. Curse of Aging, Existential Dread. I must exile a card. Well, I mean, it's collective. It's a collective decision. Sparks are not actually so bad with Takran because he does want to have spells that he can cast out of here. We can always buy them back from the exiled pile, too. I think I just need 2 ether on my turn, really, to focus that. But that's if I have a spark, right? So it doesn't super matter, does it? I don't want to take away from these big turns. I guess that's the thing. So let's do this. Probably buy our spark back. We have enough healing with Brahma and Takran that, like, his charge ability is pretty good heal. Discard, spend 6 ether. That's why we held on to some of the ether over here. So we don't have to worry about that. So actually, I can buy a Marble Galaxy. These cost 1, but... I guess it doesn't, we don't have to just get rid of this immediately, but we may as well. Both of the mages here have the same amount of ether. We do have to cast that, but we can park this spark. Goodbye. And, oh, interesting, because I have 1 ether to buy a spell, I could buy a spark. Sure. I never really, like, thought about that. That you could buy an exiled spark from that 1 leftover. I'll take it. All right, we have to... So here I could spend 2 to focus and buy a crystal here. And that's funny. Brahma has got a... Oh, she bought a New Age artwork crystal and it turned into hers. Oh, well. That's not a big deal. It's funny. Actually, I wonder, is the flavor text different? It's the same on here, but I don't know if it's different in New Age, the flavor text on crystals. That's funny, because, yeah, actually, Takran bought... I don't remember which spark... Or who bought the spark? Was it Brahma bought a spark? Was it a New Age spark? But obviously the artwork is going to show based on who owns the card. I wonder if I could make it show based on who originally owned the card. That's kind of a nice thing. I'm just going to make a note. It's not a major thing. But it's kind of fun to see it with this Nemesis, to have them be switching up. All right. So, yeah. So as I said before, I can do this to cast Press Spell, and I get 4 damage instead of 3. And we too can buy a Pattern Strike, should we choose. Sure. We're not doing anything like I thought my plan was. It's like, oh, we're actually buying big spells. We'll probably just switch to, like, charging and healing soon, but... Of course, Nemesis went twice. We exile this spark. I mean, I want Zana to have spells because she works really well with having lots of spells. I'm gonna have Brahma exile spark. She already bought a bonus one. Exile a spell in your hand or discard pile. Oh, another spark. We'll just send all the sparks to Takran. We'll focus this. We'll just have the same setup as before. Man, this guy unleashing on us all the time. You can also exile the top card of your discard pile, so I'm going to do that. Another unleash. All right, Brahma's turn. 3 damage and draw a card. Nothing too exciting. I think Takran kind of wants to have a better buying turn here, so we're going to have to start doing some healing as well. Takran is probably the best, actually better healing than Brahma. His healing is cheaper, and he can heal as much. It takes longer, but he can. Let's give Takran a turn. I guess we could. No one here can actually kill that guy. So, any ally draws a card, just a crystal. Do 1 damage here. Zana can finish him off, or Takran actually. Oh, but Zana's not getting a turn, so it's Takran, I guess. Anyways. Sparky Wolf has chicken patties with bacon sandwiches. Or is that like chicken patties on the side and bacon sandwiches? So like a 2-course thing? I also had chicken burger for dinner. All right. Play cards. Pattern Strike just kills that thing. I want charges. Do we go for... I also need... I literally have the 1 gem besides crystals. Maybe we buy 2 leeching agates. That half charges us and gets our economy going a little better. Ah, we get to go again and kill this guy. Except there's no cards in our discard. It's annoying. Except for the Curse of Aging, which I will skip and not return it to my hand. I can focus any breach. So I could use my charge ability for 1 life here. It seems not great. We need more people to be getting Marble Galaxies. I think I do want to charge up here. Actually, I can buy this to charge up. Work on focusing this. It's not ideal, but it was okay. Enveloping Ooze from the Ageless Walker. Grateful suffers 2 damage. Any player discards the top card of their deck. Gross. Let's kill it. Seven Ether again. Do we also buy Pattern Strike? Is that our theme of the evening? How far away are we? If I spend 2 Ether here, yeah, I can't. I mean, I could buy the Marble Galaxy. Since we just discarded it with Takran, we have a good chance of getting them in the hand together. See, actually, maybe I do that and a crystal. I don't know. Riffin. Giving Takran charges seems good. Discard the top card of their deck. That's a Spark. Seems fine. Be nice if we hit discarding the Curse of Aging. I guess if we choose Zana here and this Nemesis goes again, there's a chance we discard that. It's probably worth a chance. It's just a crystal there. And yep, that hits. Oh. Why are we not allowed to do this for Enveloping Ooze? That seems wrong. Whenever you need to do something on your deck, you just move your trash over. Should. Would. Should. Bug report. It would if it worked right. Exactly. Well, then I guess it's Brahma after all, isn't it? That's disappointing. Gravity Splinter spends 7 ether. Alright, do we open the big breach here, or do we charge up? Or do we buy another... Maybe we buy another gem here. We're running a little short on ether. We also need more spells. We're just not having a great time. I'm going to buy this. That helps me buy more spells. Alright. Can someone kill... Oh, Needlemaw is not so bad because we have a lot of Gravehold healing. Takrin can actually pay for... I mean, we all get to go. Isn't that the case? We all get to go. The Nemesis went. So Takrin goes. He gets to not quite draw a Marble Galaxy, does he? So... he can discard that, which might be our best chance to do that right now, so... He may as well get the bonus turn. He can give a bonus card draw or do 1 damage. I think putting this on 2 health is good. To discard. And we can buy 2 cards out of here because of what happened earlier. It's Takrin again. So now, actually, he did draw up. I don't know why I didn't think he was going to draw up fast enough. So, discard your Marble Galaxy. I get a charge and focus. Beautiful. And I can open that, which increases my healing, and it heals Gravehold every time I cast from there, so that's worthwhile. All right, so here we can do the same trick. Cast this Spark twice. I mean, I think we hit the Needlemaw just to get it. And we could buy a Bouncing Boom, or we could buy an Ignite and a Charge or a Focus. I like Ignite here. Bouncing Boom is good, but Ignite, I mean, that's 3 and 3. That's 3 damage and 3 damage. It's pretty good too, but charges. Charges, am I right? A wild turn. So I want Pattern Strike to be doing better. I guess Pattern Strike works here for Takrin. So Takrin's getting all the bonus turns. He's a young boy. He needs nourishment. He can get crystals, I guess. 6 crystals. Awesome. That means he could charge up. Not opposed to that. I could also buy something. Could buy a Clouded Sapphire. I feel like he's okay for money now, as evidenced. We're also getting a 7 ether turn next turn. Yeah. This is basically kind of a discount 6 ether to focus and 2 life is a pretty good deal right now. I should buy Bouncing Boom, though, for this breach, which double heals. Oh, look, we kill Needlemaw. And I skip that. And Zana is quietly opening that breach, so that's handy. Gonna have a few Nemesis turns in a row, looks like. More pattern strike. What's her next turn look like? Just a spark. Kind of want to open a breach though. I could open a breach, buy a spark, and get a charge or Marble Galaxy. Marble Galaxy kind of pollutes your hand eventually, but let's open that. Let's buy a spark. Let's buy a charge. To discard, spend 7 ether. Hey, look. Luckily, the guy who's got 7 ether turn appears. Any ally draws a card. It's Curse of Aging. I guess that means it's that spell, actually, by way of Curse of Aging. But Zana really needs to get more cards, because right now she's drawing Curse of Aging every other turn. Let's... Yeah. 1 damage or a card draw. We'll give the card draw to Brahma. What's the SCP? Is that secure copy? That's what I know it as. We're getting rid of this. I don't even know what it does, but it seems bad. Morbid Gyre. Unleash twice, discard 3 cards in hand. I mean, it's not the worst. But I say no. Our old pal Cauterizer. I was like, it's been all new cards, and then Cauterizer pops up. I guess Needle Ma is not new, but interestingly, Needle Ma is in both the core game and in New Age. There are a few cards that appear in New Age from the core game, from basic cards. I guess they're just the classics. SCP Foundation Story. A writing site, I see. Well, I hope you get a better response. Cauterizer, don't like him. Hey, we healed Grape Hold. Does someone have one of these? I guess not. I mean, 2 ether for a charge or focusing that, we'll get a charge. Because that also focuses. So that's like a quarter of a focus as well. For ether. Oh, the exiled pile's getting small. We're going to get to that. We could probably get to that card that says destroy them all. I think that's in tier 3. Let's buy Ignite. Zana should buy some Marble Galaxies. Damage. You're going to have to get a heal going immediately. Any player exiles 1 card in hand. Well, it can be this Spark. Persistent, any player discards their most expensive card in hand. That is super annoying. Alright, so this is actually fun. Because there's a +1 on here, I can cast this with Cast Pro Spell. Do that. And still cast the Spark again. Eternal Ember is fun. Alright. Again, we're in a situation where I don't know that I want to buy Marble Galaxies. But I guess I could buy a Spark with that one. So what I could do is buy Mage's Talisman and Spark. Or Spark, Crystal, Ignite. Or Spark, Crystal, and 2 Marble Galaxies. 2 Marble Galaxies, why not? So many combinations. I want to buy more cards. I'm going through that damage too often here. So yeah, I like Ignite, Spark, and Crystal. Let's do that. Now we could spend 9 on this if we wanted to. We have a turn. Most damage here is Takrin. Takrin goes and does 5 damage. Brahma's gonna do just 3. Brahma's the only other turn here. So we're not actually killing this guy, but we can take him down a peg. Again, Takrin with all the turns. Actually, Takrin's gonna get some spells from his discard. Oh, is this just 4? Oh, right. He doesn't actually have +1 on his breach. It just heals Gravehold. I have 5 ether here. I could buy something worth... Yeah, actually, we want a Bouncing Boom, so let's do this. And discard their most expensive card in hand. So that's Searing Ruby or Pattern Strike. I guess it's a Searing Ruby over... Yeah, she would have 6. He would have the... Having the bigger number in hand is probably more important, so... Pulverizing Ray. Here it is. Core game card. They stopped making cards like this in later sets. I'll pop an Ignite there, and we can actually... If Zana gets to go, that'll be good. I think we give Takrin the charge here. Should add Soskull to this team for Charge Party. 4 ether. Charge Party? That's the last Ignite. Takrin can't quite kill that thing, and Zana does. There's no real point to Takrin hitting that. I guess we play all these. We could buy a Spirit Lift. Seems good. Or we could use our ability, which maybe we kind of need to do. Yeah, I think it might be important. And actually we can, if we have more breaches open, we get more life. So I'm going to open this and then use my ability. Brahma has breach space. I'm just going to focus on myself. Helping by being greedy. Here's Brahma. Interesting. If I spend the ether here to open it, then this goes to focusing that one instead. Interesting choice. That makes sense. I don't have enough spells to fill these though, but can work on that. Sure, why not? Don't really want to be Perkin Sparks against this Nemesis. And Zana gets to finish off the, what's his name? Timeless Serpent. And a charge for Brahma's getting close, so it'll be a good heal. How are we doing here? We're going to be able to focus that on that turn. Maybe it's time for Zana to finally get a Marble Galaxy. Yay. Here we are discarding gems. All right. It's a lot of... We have 5 crystals, so someone has to discard something better. I guess it's Brahma. Though she might be charged. Yeah, Takran doesn't need his gems, so Takran discard. I mean, we could let Gravehold suffer damage, but it's pretty healthy and we're healing it all the time. But you know what? Gravehold is our home. Players collectively exile 2 cards in hand or discard pile that cost 2 or more. Unleash. Players collectively discard 2 prep spells. Oh, that's annoying. We can exile from our discard, potentially. I think Takran's got more cards. Collectively discard 2 prep spells. Well, we have a Spark here. Yeah, this combo is very good. I think it's Buried Light and Spark there. And 2 damage can go to Brahma. Keep the damage evened out. Wild. Zana's kind of loaded for bear if a minion comes out, so I think I want maybe Takran to go. Here instead. We have a card draw. Get a spell for Brahma. Seems good. Bouncing Boom. Pattern Strike. Ignite. Crystals. I do not. I have 1 0-cost card in my trash, I guess. I guess we take Brahma so that, like, basically... So I'd like to give Brahma charges. If Takran goes, then Brahma can use her heal. Maybe we do that. Alright, Bouncy Boom. Gravehold's gonna be at full. We fixed up all the broken windows, everyone. Brahma gains charge. And I think actually Mage's Talisman's perfect choice here. Very good card. To discard, spend 7 ether. The Rush of Madness. Alright, so this one's going off. Exile 2 cards in hand or discard that cost 2 or more. Sure. Well, that's Marble Galaxies, isn't it? That's why we're buying them. Unleash twice. Exile a card from the most expensive supply pile. Gravehold suffers 4 damage. So yeah, Marble Galaxies are in our discards. Well, there's 1. There's 2. I mean, you can just buy them back or forget about them. Four and 4. That does knock someone out. So... Or shuffle all the Nemesis turn order cards into the deck. I don't like that. Takarin does get to go again, maybe, and get rid of this thing. Yeah. That seems bad. We'll do it. Oh, good. We get to heal someone. Probably Takarin. The more breaches he has, the better his heals, so. Hey, good. We get to, look at that. Lucky. Lucky we are. Oh, there's a Marble Galaxy. No one else has one now, but. Gravehold back to full. Must have taken a little damage. 73rd. And discard. Spire Bone, immediately destroy all the cards in the exiled pile. Goodbye, Marble Galaxies. Persistent, any player exiles a card in hand and draws a card. Gravehold suffers 2 damage. Well, we can put the hurt on that guy. Oh, and we can actually get Eternal Ember back into our hand. Pattern Strike is so good with Zana. That's great. It's like, yes, I will get all my 0-cost cards back. Imagine that with Lost. Like, that's a very good combo. Except I have too many spells. I shouldn't have taken back the Eternal Ember, right? I can't. I don't have room. I don't have enough breaches as Zana. Sorry, gotta go back for that. Just crystals. It's a very good combo if you have enough breaches, which she doesn't. We could just open that. What would we do otherwise? We would have 5 ether left, but 1 which requires a spell, so just literally 4. Yeah, I think we open it up. Be done with it. I care not for mint, so it's all right. This guy's going off. Exile a card in hand and draw a card. Well, Pattern Strike seems good. Mage's Talisman seems good. Exile 2 cards in hand and draw 2 cards. Gravehold suffers 5 damage. This must be tier 3, right? Yeah, so is this thing. Well, I guess Zana's probably going to be doing the exiling here. Yeah. She's not having many cards, but she's trying to replenish her deck. And Takarin's been the beneficiary, I think, of buying a lot of exiled cards. This doesn't really need to go to this guy, but it doesn't matter. There's like exactly 5 damage here. And 5 damage here. So, yeah. Hit the Nemesis. Well, we're healing Gravehold. Charges. I think, honestly, we need Mage health more than Gravehold health right now. So, this is keeping Gravehold steady. And we'll buy a charge, not a Marble Galaxy probably. I guess a Marble Galaxy is... It's fine. We don't need charges, but I want to charge this turn anyway. Because all these ignites are going to power me up. This guy again. Could get a spell. Sure. Unleash. This is next turn. Power 1. Unleash if the top card of the exiled pile costs more than 0 Gravel's versus 4. So we have to exile something that don't have to, but are encouraged to do so. I mean, everyone kills this guy. So I'm going to let Takran have a go. I guess Takran is the least efficient at killing him. Alright, Zana have a go. And charge to Takran. And we need room for spells. Zana's doing all right with spells now, I guess, because everything else is going away. We just buy a bunch of crystals from the exiled pile, I guess. Could buy a leeching agate. Gets us a charge as well. All right. So we can, if we have, yeah, we could go for like this leeching agate that we just bought. That seems fine. Monstrosity of Omens. When damage is dealt to this minion, reduce the damage to 1. Persistent Gravehold suffers damage equal to this minion's current life. Sounds familiar. I should have put this into +1 breach. I mean, we have to knock this guy down a little bit at least. We can bouncing boom him, though Takran isn't going to get to go. It's Brahma next, so... I think I'm just going to cast this normally at him. Well, you know what? It's better to just cast this twice, right? Because we get charges out of it. Charge for Takran. And Pattern Strike. Right. It's like, oh, it kills him. No, it doesn't. But we do get Eternal Ember back. Just gonna waste all my damage to knock this guy out. Should have put that in the +1 spot, turns out. Gravehold taking some hits here. Do we want to buy charges or gems? Could buy a Searing Ruby so we can start trying to access the big spells more. We got lucky early on with lots of buying at once somehow. We care about this guy doing 2 damage. Maybe we hit him one of these and we send the other one. Hope that we get a 1. Basically any turn except for Brahma is going to have a damage there. We could just buy charges, so let's focus that breach. Actually, focus breach and buy Pattern Strike. Yeah. So maybe would rather charge for Marble Galaxy. I think so. The health is getting low again. All right, Takran can finish off this guy. Bouncing boom. zero cost stuff. A spark. I'll take it. And a charge for Brahma. I'm thinking of, yeah, again, focusing this so that this opens it and heals more. And life to either Brahma or Zana. Kind of equivalent at the moment. Because Brahma's gonna physician heal thyself right now. And charge or card? I think charge. Gather Darkness. This is from the core set. Any player places their discard pile on top of their deck, shuffles it, and then destroys the top 4 cards of their deck, then unleash twice. So who's got the most? That's interesting. So this says it can't be destroyed, so I don't know if it just skips over it or what. Brahma's got lots of crystals, really. Actually, almost nothing of value in her deck right now. All of her valuable stuff's in her hand. So I think it's probably Brahma. Yeah. Crystal. Crystal. Curse of Aging. Wait, nope. Curse of Aging was not supposed to be destroyed. Wait, but, nope, but. Why are there no cards showing up here? So, something happened there. Gather Darkness problem. Curse of Aging should not be able to be destroyed. Also, the out of game window is not showing any cards. Bug report. And also, that should say should not be able to be destroyed. Whatever, fix that. Just in time for bugs. Welcome, Evil Dice Monkey. I want to see, I think if I undo here. Yeah. Oh, so something's going on with the out of game. Visual issue there. We want a card draw, mystery card. Let Brahma draw. It could be a spell though, but a mystery card lets her, maybe if it's a crystal, then she can focus. Yeah, she can focus. And a charge for Mom. Charge for Brahma or charge for Mom? Charge for Brahma. Grave holds at 21. It's okay. Whoa, we can buy Spirit Lift. Did we? I thought we bought a Spirit Lift. I guess we decided to buy other things. It's probably smart. Hex of Destruction. To discard, spend 8 ether. That's a lot. Unleash twice. Gravefield suffers 4 damage. Any player destroys the top 4 cards of their deck. Alright. I'll pull the Zana trick for more charges. Charges for Takran, which heals just as much as Brahma now, and also focuses and is cheaper. And Sparks, I guess. We could buy a Bouncing Boom. I accept. Wild. No one's got 8 ether. Does anyone have 8 ether on their next turn? We're all spelled up now. Brahma, maybe? I don't know. Probably not. Takran can go and load up spells. And use ability to heal himself, I think. I guess Zana would be smart because she has lots of charges, but... Jagged One. We probably killed Jagged One. We're like gonna deck the Nemesis out, I think, so... That seems to be what's happening here. Oh, we can just open that. I guess we had ether from that. I forgot about. Why don't we do that? I guess I could have bought a spell, but oh. I like me a deck out. That's how I like to roll. Oftentimes. One damage short. We have just a Zana turn, though. So may as well hit. And a charge. Charge for Brahma. The odds say. Am I odd? Is that what you're saying? Oh, also we can fully charge Brahma here, because when we get a charge, Brahma gains 2 charges. Because of Spirit Lift. And of course the bad guy goes first. Unleash twice, so we're exiling 2 cards. I guess Takran can lose a couple crystals here. Destroy the top 4 cards of your deck. Don't love that. That is my Eternal Ember. That's like all of Brahma's cards. For Takran, it's 2 crystals and Pattern Strike and Bouncing Boom. Don't love that. I guess it's Eternal Ember. And Ignite. Sorry. Sorry, Zana. That's happening. It's actually really good power for Ageless Walker to do, like, thin your deck a whole bunch. They've done 2 of those powers. And Jagged One is unleashing twice, which is annoying. You probably don't want to do the discards here because they're actually good cards. So, a couple crystals from Zana. Man, no one has a lot of cards left. To spend all our money buying these crystals back. What? We're also the player with the most open breaches destroys 4 cards in hand. Or suffers 4 damage. Wow, deck thinning. Not the right nemesis for that. We could also just take 4 damage. We have a lot of healing. Brahma could destroy 4 crystals, which in any other game I would be like, yeah, that's perfect. But... oh, also we're unleashing twice. Also that. Alright, we're going to do this. We're going to do this, and we're going to have Takran take 4 damage. so we can heal. Wow, okay. Kill this guy. Am I right? We may as well heal Gravehold here, I think. Well, or we could buy 2 crystals back. Gravehold's doing okay. I think we need to buy these cards back. Or we end up taking 1 damage every turn, which does add up quite quickly. Brahma takes a turn. We're on, like, I don't know what this is. We don't want to cast our spells. We just want to... She doesn't have to cast her spells. She can just heal someone and keep our spells sitting. So we're definitely on the deck out here. Give life. Get charge. I don't have to draw through, but I think I'm doing okay. Bye. Bye, bye. Oh, yeah. So her curse is destroyed. It's not supposed to be destroyed. I was wondering, because all the cards were face down, and we didn't know for sure, right? So that is a bug. That card should not be able to be destroyed. But it was. And it doesn't say it can't be destroyed except by whatever. Cannot be destroyed. Yeah, we just sit with these. Oh yeah, and that's because, yeah, that's 3 charges to Brahma because of Spirit Left still being prepped. That's cool. We can heal ourselves. And can only buy 1 of these, so let's buy a charge. Reality Rupture. We could just discard this pretty easily, except it ticks off and the unleash happens, and then we win. Victory! That's interesting. The unleash wasn't doing anything, right? That's a bug. Like, we still should have had to exile. I don't know if it would have done anything, but like with some other nemesis, it would have done something. Right? I'm not sure about that, so. Well, there you have it. Cheesy win. I mean, I don't think it really made a huge difference. Or do you mean just decking out the nemesis? Do you consider that cheesy? I like to deck out. That's how I usually play with Carapace Queen. It's a deck out. I've never actually done it against Ageless Walker, so that's new. Yeah, the bug where the card got destroyed. I don't think it actually affected. Maybe it would have done 1 damage to Brahma, basically. That was it. Not a huge factor. I will make a note here about unleashes on last nemesis turn didn't do anything. We were going to win anyway, but probably should have had to exile cards. Question mark? Anyway, exactly on time for our typical target end time. So that's been another preview of Aeon's End. It's been going well, the development. We have shown you Ageless Walker, not Arachnos, yet. We've shown you Fenrix tonight. We've shown you Magoth. And all the mages. I think all the player cards. If not all, then almost all. Arachnos is a whole other kettle of fish, and hopefully we can demo that next week. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. And of course, we're finishing up the implementation of all of the, content of the game, the regular content, but then there's also all the expedition stuff to put together, which includes upgraded Nemesis cards, which have bigger numbers and scarier numbers, such as Needle Doom, and his picture doesn't show up for some reason. 12 limbs, not a spider. I mean, yeah. And then there'll be treasures and the whole expedition system, so that is still to come. Yeah, that's about it for tonight, I think. Check out our games on all the places. The App Store, the Google Play Store, the Steam Store. Treasures, yeah, exactly. So the expedition system is a lot of fun, but of course, a prerequisite for us is having the content to go into it. A kettle of spiders. I like that. One thing I wanted to shout out is not anything I'm involved with, but there's a game on Kickstarter I would like to suggest you check out from Renegade Games, The Artisans of Splendid Vale. It looks really cool if you like story-driven games, and it's kind of a mix of story-driven and tactical stuff, by the creator of Legacy of Dragonholt. I really, really, really liked Legacy of Dragonholt, and so I jumped right on this right away. So check it out. I'll pop a link into the chat if you are interested in fun narrative adventures. And yeah, just something I think is cool. So have a good night, and we will see you all next time. Bye for now.